Hey everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're here. If you're new here, my name's Leslie. I am the Farm and Pastor's Wife, and you are in my kitchen down on the farm. A little bit about myself and my husband. We do own a commercial poultry farm and a cow-calf operation, and my husband is the pastor of a local church. It is growing, it is vibrant, it is on fire for the Lord, and we are just thrilled with what God is doing. So let me tell you, this week has been sandwich week. The reason it's been sandwich week is because we have had vacation Bible school. Now, there's one of the sandwiches I had planned to do during this week that I'm super iffy about. Today's it. I chose today, which is Friday, to do this sandwich because Bryant and I are going out to eat tonight, and if by chance he does not like it, then he'll have a good meal at the end of the day. I chose to save this one till Vacation Bible School was over. So this is kind of a veggie sandwich. And it has a lot of what we refer to, I don't even know if this is a word, but we call it frou-frou food, fancy food, whatever. And, you know, my husband's a farmer. He's a preacher. He's a fried chicken and mashed potatoes kind of guy. You know, that's the type of food he likes. So I'm iffy on this sandwich, if he's going to like it or not. But we're still going to try it because we are branching out. We are going to see if I can elevate his taste buds a little bit. So we are going to start. I'm not ready for the day. As you can see, y'all have seen me all week long with little to no makeup. So I am going to fix today. But first, I want to get the star of this sandwich hanging out and doing its thing. So let's do that. Let me get you turned down. The star is an eggplant. We are starting with an eggplant. So let me get you turned down here. And I'm just going to start with just a couple of slices of this. I'm going to cut the end. I want to get this big area right here. So I'm going to cut this off right there. And I'm going to go fairly thick with these slices. And I'm just going to start with 2 slices. Okay? And I just have a paper plate so I can throw it away. No big deal. We're going to set these up here, and we're going to salt it really good on both sides. We're going to turn it over, and we're going to salt both sides. Turn this side over, and we're going to salt this side. And we are just going to let this hang out while I go fix my face, and we'll put the rest of this eggplant away. We'll put it back in the fridge. We're just going to let this hang out. And what that salt, much like yesterday's video when I salted the cucumber, it's going to happen the same way here. The salt is going to draw out the liquid. So take a good look at this. Right now, it is just salted. You can see the little salt flakes on there. And we'll see if it looks any different in a few minutes. So we're going to let it hang out. I'm going to go fix this. I'll meet you. Oh, I'm also going to preheat my oven to 425. It can be preheating while I go get ready for the day.
Don't go anywhere. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you some VBS pictures and clips of our last night of VBS. And I'm also going to share with you at the very end my tips and tricks on making a great steak and cheese sandwich. I got our sub. I was asked if I was going to be making that one. I'm not making that one this week, but I will share with you what I think makes the best Philly steak and cheese sandwich. And so don't go anywhere. After the VBS pictures, I'll come back and share that with you. Well, everybody, for the next couple of clips, my microphone was not working. So I'm going to do a voiceover so you know what I'm doing, because I don't want to lose that footage because I showed you some great stuff. So I'll do a voiceover. Sorry about that, but my microphone will be back to working in just a second. So let's do this voiceover thing. Here I'm going to show you the eggplant that I salted. And I was trying to get a good visual so you could see the liquid that salt pulls out of the eggplant. But I decided it's probably best just to let it run off and so you can see it that way. And I'll pick up the other one and show you that as well. Liquid, just that salt draws the liquid out of your vegetables. So if you need a dry vegetable, be sure to add salt to it and it will go over. I'm just talking away and you can't understand a thing I'm saying. So I was telling you here that the recipe calls for white miso. I couldn't find it, so we're just going to use low sodium soy sauce. The recipe actually called for a half a cup, I believe it was, of white miso and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. But we're just using a good amount of soy sauce, about 1/4 of a cup. Now, I'm going to get you turned down here where you can see what I'm doing. I'm just measuring out the 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce now, and we're going to put it into a little bowl. So as we get you turned down here, we're adding the soy sauce to the bowl. And to that, I'm going to add, at this point, I believe we're going to add 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. This is rice wine vinegar. This is going to have much of an Asian flair to it. But if you don't have rice wine vinegar, apple cider vinegar is fine. Now, to keep in with the Asian flair, we're going to add about 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil to this. This is going to be a marinade for, really not a marinade because we're just dipping it in there, but the eggplant. And now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of honey, in which I'm just going to eyeball the tablespoon of honey. And I'm going to grab a fork and mix it really well at this point. Now I'm going to get my cooking pan out, put some tin foil on it, and give it a spray with the butter spray. So I'm just setting aside the marinade and grabbing my pan, fixing the tin foil, and I'm going to grab the spray out of the cabinet, give it a nice spray just so the eggplant doesn't stick. All right, as you can see, we have it sprayed. I'm pulling my eggplants over, and I'm going to take paper towel and continue to dab out any of that moisture. There is lots of, even though when you cut it, it looks super dry, there is lots of fluid and liquid in an eggplant. So be sure to take a moment. I was having trouble figuring out where to lay the eggplant. And here we're going to dry it again. We're going to get it placed on the cookie sheet or my little pan there that has tin foil after we dip it in the marinade. And my oven is preheated to 425. We're going to give it 30 minutes total, 15 minutes on one side. I'll take it out, flip it, and do another 15 minutes in a 425 degree oven. So here I'm just dipping the eggplant in the marinade, really not letting it soak for any amount of time, just giving it a quick dip because we worked really hard to get that liquid out, so we don't want to put so much back in. But because it is drier, it's going to soak up that flavor. So here I'm dipping the other one. Realized I really didn't have to dip and flip. I could just swirl. But I chose to give it another moment in the marinade. Now, here we go. We're going in a 400, like I said before, a 425 degree oven, 15 minutes on one side, flip, 15 minutes on the other. Now let's get back to where my microphone decides to work.
So now I have remembered to turn my mic on. I apologize for that. But anyway, great thing for voiceovers. But one of the things the recipe called for was how to kind of pickle your own cucumbers and carrots to put on this sandwich. Now, I'm not going to do that, but all you would do is dilute a little bit of vinegar and water together, season it up however you want, and just let some sliced cucumbers and some sliced carrots hang out in that solution, you know, for 10, 15 minutes. I mean, it doesn't have to be super pickled. But I had dill pickled chips. I also had my own canned pickled cucumber. So what I'm going to do is take one of these pickled cucumbers and cut it down even further into smaller strips, julienne type strips. And so once I do that, it'll be time to turn the eggplant, and then we'll go over the ingredients that you're going to need. So I'm just going to take some of this pickle out and slice it up. So let's go over the things you're going to need for this sandwich. Like I just said, these are my little strips of cucumber. Not cucumber. That would be a carrot. See, this sandwich has got me so tore up, I don't know what's what. Anyway, that's my carrot, my pickled carrot. Like I said, you're going to need some dill pickle or pickled cucumbers if you want to do your own. Some arugula. Some tomato. Oh, I got to get a tomato. I haven't got my tomato out. Some guacamole. Now, you can make your own, of course, but my whole goal for this sandwich week is to do delicious, wonderful, hearty sandwiches, but as easily as I can possibly do them. And so an easy route is to buy the pre-made guacamole, and it's delicious. So anyway, you're going to need some alfalfa sprouts. We're getting to the things I'm worried about Bryant liking. Alfalfa sprouts, hummus. I'll need some hummus. I actually like hummus pretty good. Bryant is like, so we're going to see. And you're going to need a good hearty bread. So once my eggplant comes out, we will put this sandwich together and pray and hope that Bryant likes it. So don't go anywhere. We got a lot to do. Don't forget, I'm going to show you and give my tips and tricks on a great Philly steak and cheese sandwich. And I'm also going to share with you the highlight, the finale of Vacation Bible School, and you don't want to miss it. Bryant was green. Really green. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back as soon as the eggplant comes out of the oven. Well, everybody, Bryant just came in the door. He looked at the ingredients and he says, oh my. So this may be hilarious. Okay, let's put this sandwich together. Hey, but first, the other day when I don't remember what sandwich I made, but I cut up a tomato. And
my club.
Oh, your club sandwich. That's right. Everybody asked me where I got this knife. Well, let me tell you, this is a Cutco knife. That is the brand. I don't know what this style of knife is called. I just call it my tomato sandwich knife because I can smear the mayonnaise and I can cut the tomato all in one. But hey, listen, Cutco is a very pricey brand. But let me tell you, you know my husband, the king of yard sales and auction sales and so forth. He has bought me just about every set of my Cutco knives at yard sales.
Except for the white ones. Except
for this one. This one did come from the company, but I don't remember what price point. It's been years and years and years since I bought it. So I don't know. But it is a Cutco. So go to their site if you're interested in this knife. Okay. Let's put this sandwich together and get it over with. Let's just get it over with, okay? All right. So I've got my bread here. We're going to...
a spatula spreader.
A spatula spreader. I call it my tomato sandwich knife. So let's just go ahead and start with his favorite thing.
Sells by itself for $91.
He says by itself, this knife costs $91. We're just going to start with his favorite stuff, the hummus. And I am being facetious there. But I did get the roasted pepper one. I think that one will go over better.
But tell them we bought a set from a young man in our church.
Yeah, a young man in our church years ago was selling Cutco knives, and we wanted to help him, so we bought it then. But yeah, we bought like 2 or 3, so the price was cheaper to buy a set than it was. So anyway, all right. Now, on top of the hummus, let's go in here with some arugula. And I want to kind of alternate colors. You know, we're going to make it aesthetically pleasing. What did I do with my knife? All right, I'll show you. See, it cuts the tomato. You can spread your mayonnaise or your hummus, whichever it may be. I'm just going to lay those right there while I slice them. Let's go with 3 slices. How's that? All right, and we'll put that on top of the arugula. Let me grab the salt, because I think tomato always needs just a little sprinkle of salt. Okay, on top of that, let's go with our alfalfa sprouts. Now, guys, I truly enjoy alfalfa sprouts. I actually like those on a tuna salad sandwich. All right. So now let's go with the star of our show, the eggplant, which I think turned out super pretty, and it smells delicious. So we're going to go on here with our eggplant. Now, let me wipe my fingers. Let's do our pickles. Y'all, I think this is going to be hilarious. This could go one of 2 ways. He could be like, "Oh my goodness, this is really delicious. I'm shocked. I can't believe it." Or it can go kind of the way I'm expecting it to go. All right, now on top of that, let's go with our pickled cucumber. I'm doing it again. Our pickled carrots. And we need our spreader one more time. On this piece of bread, we're going to spread in our guacamole. Like I said, you could definitely make your own guacamole. I'm just trying to be easy. All right. We're putting it together. I'm going to give it a little bit of a squish down. And you want a really, really, really hearty bread for this. So I'm using the whole grain oat nut by Arnold. All right, so I'm going to give this a slice down the center. And we're going to plate it up. It's actually super pretty. That is absolutely beautiful. Look at all those colors. All right, let's get it on a plate. Let's make it look pretty anyway. All right, it actually looks absolutely beautiful. All right, hang tight. I'll bring you right back and we'll see what he thinks. All right, y'all, he just washed his hands and he's got water spots everywhere. He made a mess.
Well, shook my hands.
All right.
Hey, did y'all see that sandwich? Look, it is gorgeous.
It is actually a beautiful.
That's a gorgeous
sandwich.
That is
a beautiful sandwich.
How's it going to taste?
I'm a little nervous.
A little nervous?
But you're going right in.
What else on there?
It's a surprise.
Okay, here we go. Mayonnaise on there?
No.
No mayonnaise? It's unique. Look, frou-frou. I'll take a second bite.
He's taking a second bite. Hey.
Probably nothing I would order on the menu,
Shocker.
but if I was hungry, I would finish it.
Really?
Yeah, that's not terrible. Little Dukes would help it.
That would be mayonnaise.
A whole lot. But it's not terrible. The deal, I can taste the dill pickles. I can taste the hummus. And everything else just really adds texture.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? All right. Now time for you to try.
No, I'm going to take a bite right here.
Okay. All right, here we go. Tell me what you think. How's my synopsis?
It's actually not bad.
She would eat it.
Mm-hmm.
She likes fruit stuff.
It's actually not bad at all. A little bit too creamy on the hummus and avocado. The guacamole probably adds
too much.
Too much.
It's making the sandwich a little soggy. Is your bread getting a little soggy?
No, I don't know about that. It just when I bit into it, it got the mush.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the avocado.
But not bad.
I think really seriously, go light on the avocado, leave the hummus off, put mayonnaise on there, and I think you would be okay.
So, not a total fail.
Not a total fail. It's not like the Catch Your Husband cake.
Oh, that was a total fail.
That was a fail.
That was a fail. Hey, listen. You may love fancy food, and so you may love this sandwich. He is a meat and potatoes man up one side and down the other. So, but the fact that we didn't get I think that's saying something. And I don't think it's half bad. I would love to have it on some of those breads that actually have nuts in the bread, like seeds and nuts in the bread. I think that would be really good. So I think it needs an even heartier bread than this. But that is the ultimate veggie sandwich right there. You just saw it, and it wasn't half bad. Hey, I would leave you the link to where I got this recipe. But however, you guys tell me when I leave this specific company or links that it asks you for a membership. And I don't understand that because it doesn't ask me that, and I don't have a membership there. But several of you have said that. So I don't know if there's something about when you share the link that it makes people need a membership. I don't know. I don't know how it works. So I'm not going to leave the link. If you just need to know how to make it, I will leave the marinade link recipe, but the rest is up to you. You just put on there whatever veggies you want to put on there. So I'm going to clean my mess up, and hey, we're going to have a good supper. We're going out to eat, so we're going to have a good supper tonight. And I will see you guys. Hey, don't go anywhere. I've got some footage to show you from Vacation Bible School, and I will see you back in just a second, and I'll tell you goodbye.
so I was asked, aren't those VBS pictures adorable and the video so cute? Bryant is such a good sport. But anyway, hang on, I'm gonna turn his volume down on his phone. I was asked what makes the best steak and cheese sandwich, and what kind of steak do I use, what kind of cheese do I use, and so forth. So hang tight, I'm going to share that with you right now. All right, so let me tell you, you want to use a fairly lean steak, a sirloin, a flank steak, a skirt steak, some of those that traditionally, if they're cooked or grilled out, have a tougher, texture. But what I want you to do is I want you to keep it partially frozen. Let it thaw just a little bit, but keep it partially frozen. That will help you cut it across the grain, whereas if, I'm going to show you on this piece of wood, if the grain is going like this, you want to cut this way, and cut super, super duper thin. And also, if you're not having much luck cutting across the grain, what sometimes I like to do is turn it kind of on a corner and cut it. You're still going across the grain, but maybe not quite all the way. So cut it super thin, as thin as you can. Like I said, a skirt steak, a sirloin, a flank steak, something that is traditionally fairly tough. But getting it thin is the answer. But let me tell you, there's really no need to do that. And I'm going to show you something that's going to shock you and surprise you. And it's something I've probably turned my nose up for many years and thought, oh, that's got all kinds of junk in it, blah, blah, blah. But to make the best Philly steak and cheese, all you need is a steak-um. And let me show you the ingredients. I'm going to show you. This is going to shock you. There's not a long list of ingredients. There's not a huge amount of added stuff. Ingredients. Beef. That's it. It doesn't get any purer than a steak-um. So if you want to know how to make a great Philly steak and cheese, use a steak-um. They are delicious and super good. But if you want to use a real steak, like I said, a sirloin, a flank, a skirt steak, something that is not necessarily your top-notch grilled out steak. So hang on and we'll talk cheese. My favorite cheese on a Philly steak and cheese is hands down provolone. Love it, love it, love it. So that is my cheese of choice on Philly steak and cheese, or you could use mozzarella. I know some places they actually use the nacho cheese stuff. I don't like that, but it's your preference. It's your sandwich, so you make it like you want. Now, as far as the sub rolls go, I think they need to be toasted prior to putting the stuff on the sandwich. I think it needs to be toasted and crunchy and delicious. And so toast the bread first, then put the stuff on it. And stuff can be whatever you want. If it's onions, peppers, mushrooms, if it's onions, peppers, mushrooms, lettuce, tomato, if it's just lettuce, tomato, whatever. I am a just steak, cheese, and mushrooms gal. That's the way I like mine. But Bryant likes everything on his. So I just thought I would share that with you. Maybe next week we will make a Philly steak and cheese, because now that I'm answering that question, kind of got me wanting one. So I hope that helps, and I'm going to say goodbye now. So stay tuned. Maybe next week we'll do a Philly steak and cheese, and I'll show you how I actually make mine and put it together. So thank you guys for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this frou-frou food. Probably you enjoyed the video more than Bryant enjoyed the sandwich, but hey, we're venturing out. That's what being culinarily, whatever the word is, responsible. You branch out and you try new things. So All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all.